So, what an eventful day it has been. What an eventful day. What an eventful day. And you, Slick Rick, you messy, messy boots. Apparently, I am the subject for a live tomorrow. It's real funny how these men, there's such a focus on women. Either it's sports, complaining about immigrants, or women. If there's something I'm missing, please let me know in the chat, because I will start on the focus when it comes to women. So I'm going to play a little bit of the other day on a particular live where a young woman, Mooncakes, she and her friend, Shenandoah, they were the subject of all the attention.
Happy Black community in the United States, because they're not going anywhere, and we got to live with it. We got to live together and everything. And so, like, this whole hyper divisiveness of like light skin, dark skin, you're not black, you're not black.
Admit it, you were about to say live with them.
I'm sorry, say again?
Admit it, but you just stopped yourself when you were about to say live with them.
Yeah, live with that. Why?
Why do you have such pathological white guilt?
So I'm actually trying to play this live. Give me one moment.
Young violence.
I promote it.
Come on, man. No violence.
No, okay, we can skip that part. But what I'm saying is, if black men that's on the platform that's been telling them that this bitch ain't black, you got this white man in this mud sitting up there having conversations saying that they basically disrespecting black men. And this is the reason why when black men have a conversation, when black men having conversations with black women and they go against black women, we always get some white man want to come up and try to play this fake ass captain. So no, you would get slaughtered in this motherfucker. This ain't them old days.
Well, I think, you might be black,
black bitch wrapped
on
up.
Tuesday, you might be black, you're just wrong, black man.
You'll get that black bitch in you wrapped. We ain't our ancestors.
I'm just black.
You're not black.
You ain't no motherfucking black.
I just feel like it's kind of easy. Yeah. I feel like this is overcomplicating it.
If you're black, he's black.
Like Occam's razor.
You are what he is.
Stop arguing with people. Do not argue with people who are Indian, FBA, ADOS. You don't know what they are. They claim everything.
Come on now.
So yeah. She's a black woman, and all this about don't disrespect the black man. Black men, you don't need any help having anyone else disrespect you. You come to the social sphere and you disrespect yourselves.
No, we don't. We disrespect trash like you who are not with the real movement. You are white.
I don't care about your movement.
You had no kids.
Care about your movement.
Life. You might have
I don't care about your
but in the real rock of life, you did not.
You have failed movement. You have failed movement. You have failed movement. You have failed programs. And so I'm glad I'm not a part of it. No one has to be a part of that foolishness. Like, grow up. Does that?
JP, CM, hang tight. Hang tight. Hang tight. Thank you.
Internationalism, to be honest.
Stoic, why do you believe that JP and CM are reacting to these two young people who are friends? To me, these are just innocent kids, right? I just don't. I don't look at them. I just look at them like two Gen Zs. I don't really give a black, white. They could be purple aliens for all I give a shit. Why do you think JP's looking at these
fanatical egotism? You know, and again, why should they care how they identify? If they wanted to build their own group, they could just be amongst themselves. If I wanted to be amongst my own group and amongst my own race, I'd do it. I wouldn't even talk about it.
JP, CM, I'm gonna bring you up here. Just stay on mute. Let me stay on mute. Stay on mute. Stay on mute. Okay. Go ahead, Stoic. Please continue. Stay on mute, CM. Stay on mute, JP.
If I wanted to build, if I were a black person, or like I said, as a white person, if I wanted to build my own racial group, and I wouldn't even say anything about it to anybody, I'd just do it. And if you want to build your own black group, just do it. What do you care if they identify? If someone says something that I think is foolish, I just keep walking and keep moving. I don't even waste my time.
Can I chime in on that?
I told you to stay on mute, CM.
My bad.
CM, I told you to stay on mute.
Okay, why we gotta stay on mute though? Why couldn't we ain't shit though? We getting treated like we ain't shit though. Come on, Canada. That's just I kick this bitch off. You finna end the motherfucker.
Yo, come and go, man.
Why the fuck we gotta stay on mute?
This is what you're out
Two black men.
Because JP, I would like to ask some questions. Me and you've been talking all day. Okay, let Gippy ask them some questions. Go ahead.
Does this fill you with joy or fear watching that the elders are so well behaved and mannered?
I mean, I guess I'm just disappointed. I don't know, man. Like, I'm a lib, right? I want there to be a healthy, happy black community in the United States because they're not going anywhere, and we got to live together and everything. And so, like, this whole hyper divisiveness of like light skin, dark skin, you're not black, you're not black.
Admit it, you were about to say live with them.
I'm sorry, second.
Admit it, but you just stopped yourself when you were about to say live with them.
Yeah, live with that. Well, I mean, I was gonna say that, yeah.
Who's them? Who's them?
But however, I also didn't intend it, which is why I stopped myself.
Why do you have such pathological white guilt?
What? I don't.
Okay.
I have like actually no guilt about like
He likes being white.
about like what white people have done historically. I just want to live peacefully with other races.
I want to live peacefully, whether it's with other races or not. I care about my own well-being.
Yeah, I agree.
Can I ask Senator a question?
No, us black men need to get educated from these white people. See, we got to shut the fuck up and let these white motherfuckers tell us what we should know.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Who we are. We got to allow these white people to tell us who the fuck we are.
Let me say one thing, JP. Since you believe in restoring the black community so much, right? You're a lib, right? Politically, right? And you believe in because you allege she's black, so you love black people, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, in like a non-fetishistic way, I suppose. There's like definitely a way to go that does sound weird.
Darker complected so-called black woman to live with you, since you believe in such a restoration.
What? No, I
since what JP said about the light and dark complex isn't valid.
It literally, honestly, if it isn't valid, then I don't see why that would matter. If in any case, like you'd imagine that I also wouldn't care, right? Like if I'm saying I don't really care about these racial distinctions, then I'm also not going to care.
You got a white female type. All we saying is that woman that skin complected, they always been used as the buffer between whites and blacks. So when you paid attention to all of our leaders, they always look like a similarity of her, right? The light skinned
Trump.
That woman is not us. She's not a field nigga. She's a house Negro. She got your blood and black man blood. So she's not really us. And all of our leaders, the reason why they was chosen to be our leaders is because they had that white blood in them. The black man, the actual field niggas didn't have no voice. He was biracial.
She's just one of those refugees that came up there on the iceberg with the rest of them.
Not refugees, but
why aren't you living in Jamaica? You wouldn't be able to find a friend like that down there. Remember, you and your people ran them all off.
No, I mean, there's white people in Jamaica. There's actually a ton of white people in Jamaica.
Yeah, but there's less. Yeah, but the thing is this: there's less of them than there used to be. The country is, they made a decent country over there, and as the country as their rule went away, your country is now to the point where you have to go run to be around icicles and igloos in Canada.
No, my mom was forced to come to Canada at a really young age.
Why?
Her mom had come here, but a lot of them were left in Jamaica. And she went there for work. She was on a work program, her mom.
Yeah, why weren't there any work in outside of the call centers in Jamaica? Why isn't there any work down there?
I don't know. Unfortunately, it's still a third world country. So
and it's a third world country because it's full of what?
People seek opportunities in other places.
No. It's not the institutions that make it third world. Who builds the institutions?
What do you mean?
I mean, if you're implying that because there's a lot of black people in Jamaica that makes it third world, I mean, I just look at like places like Botswana. I mean, sorry, not Botswana.
Yeah,
Botswana. Yeah, Botswana is really successful.
Botswana is very successful.
There's a lot of places that are majority black.
Is Botswana a third world country?
No,
it's rapidly improving. It's actually the fastest growing economy in the world.
It doesn't matter. Is it a third world country or not?
No, I think it's a second world. I think
it's getting into second world. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're facing second.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that before or after tribal conflict?
It's probably after colonization, but that's not to say that they're.
Okay. All right. So they did get a little help.
Well, I'm not saying that either. Like, I don't think colonialism is like a good institution. It's like clearly.
I would argue that it is absolutely.
No, I wouldn't.
You're from that institution. You bathe in that institution. How can you say it's bad? I don't see you living in Botswana.
Who's there? Just because like I fucking live in America and I'm white doesn't necessarily mean that like colonialism is a good thing for the whole world.
But the thing is,
has increased better because of free trade.
Hold on a second. Yeah, but that came from what?
Came from what exactly? Sorry.
Who wrote the principles of free trade? Where did the idea of free trade come from? Wealth of nations, doing away with mercantilism. Where did that come from?
Yeah, that came from Europe.
Okay, my point exactly. The thing is this: what I don't necessarily mean. Excuse me, I'm making that's a comma. Let me make a point real quick. Right. What I don't understand is people like yourself who say that they don't like something when it's the very thing that created them. You're saying that you don't like something that you live in and have historically been raised up in, and now you want to say that it's not beneficial. It's like me saying I don't like my parents or my grandparents when those are the people that raised me. You came from the United States. You came from the United States. Without colonization, there would have been no America.
If your parents like beat you half to death, would you say that you fucking love them? Like,
you got beat by your parents?
No, I'm asking you because you're making an argument that makes it sound like it. Like, hang on a minute.
I'm considering the alternative.
I'm just
if you're telling me I get beat, but I get to live in I'm making a point.
Let him finish, Eric. You've been interrupting him a lot. You should let him.
Excuse me, ma'am. 2 men are speaking.
No,
so I don't know. Like, please abide by your Jamaican. See, you wouldn't be able to do this in Jamaica. Okay, somebody would have hit you with a yam upside the head. Okay, if you were in Jamaica, listen, go eat a beef patty. Go eat a beef patty. Excuse me.
Yeah,
hold on a second. Oh no, the fake Brad Pitt is going to do something.
What I'm saying is like these guys like always violence.
I'm not trying. I can't. Oh wait a minute. I'm not committing violence by talking. I know you're a cuck white man, but I'm not committing violence by talking to you. I'm mentally weak. You just said I committed violence by talking. You said they're violent.
You're literally saying that like she should get beat to death.
No, I'm saying that if she was no. You don't hear very well. You don't. You don't hear very well. Listen, I know you have an enabler right now. I know how you have an enabler right now, but you don't. You're not good. First off, your mom ran from Jamaica. Your mom ran from Jamaica.
Did you have a good relationship?
Your mom ran from Jamaica.
Did you have a good
Your mom ran from Jamaica.
Could you answer?
Your mom ran away. Your mom had Bob Marley and chose to raise you in an igloo.
Eric,
your mom had Bob Marley and she chose to raise you in an igloo with Canadian goose on.
Answer the question.
Your mom chose to raise you in igloos.
Did you have a good
Your mom left a tropical paradise to raise you amongst Eskimos. That's just crazy to me. That's just crazy to me. The thing is, you're not letting me talk to him. You keep cutting me off. This is why women need to stay out of things. This is why they run to white men, because white men give them feminism. White women do give them feminism.
No, it's so
white women do give them feminism because I'm telling you, if you lived in Jamaica and you cut in between two men talking,
Eric,
they would have you sweeping. They would have you sweeping with your feet with no flip flops on. I'm not flipping out. Why are you diving into psychology? Why are you diving into psychology? You're not letting me finish my point. You're diving into psychology. You're not letting me finish my point. You have a picture of Abraham Lincoln and you live in Canada. There's Abraham Lincoln in the background and you live in Canada. That's just crazy to me. That's crazy to me. That's just insane to me. You're very confused. You're Jamaican one thing, Canadian, but you got an American president in the background who wanted your black ass to be in Liberia, by the way. Who wanted you to be in Liberia. Get back with the hot comb and go back to Liberia, all right? Go back to Liberia. Okay? That's where Abraham Lincoln wanted you to be.
Eric,
you're not listening to my comments. You're just cutting me off. Don't tell me to take anything. You're a woman who left her country to go to a white country so you can have the ability to speak. Because amongst your own people, you would not have that right to speak. That's just a fact. No, I'm spitting facts right now. You don't like them. No, you're niggered. No, you're niggered. You're niggered. You're niggered.
Triggered. You're so
you're niggered, and you're niggered.
You're so triggered.
You're niggered.
Great. You're so triggered.
And you're niggered. And you are niggered. I'm not triggered. You're niggered.
No,
I'm not triggered, but you're being niggered.
Like honestly,
I'm being niggered. You can keep repeating it. I may be triggered, but you are niggered.
Bad for you, but you're actually triggered.
Listen, I don't have to put a hot comb on my hair.
Let me guess.
I don't have to put a hot comb on my hair and get a bunch of perms in my hair in order to come on the internet.
Why don't you turn it?
I don't have to do that.
Wait, why don't you turn it?
I don't have to get that.
Okay, where to begin? I thought it was a good idea to bring up the situation, what happened to Mooncakes, who was in her mid to late 20s, and her friend, Shenandoah, who have both been on the channel in the past. These men are angry. These men have such vitriol towards women. Mooncakes has repeatedly dealt with the misogyny on CT's channel, which CT finds hilarious. He enjoys this very much. I know what I've experienced from there. And I felt compelled to bring this up because a certain person today, yeah, he did. He came from Mooncake's hair texture. A certain person today that we are familiar with, some of us, he just went ahead and once again shouts his vitriol towards Black women. He and John Galt enjoy speaking about Black women and their hair and the Crown Act as if any of this has to do with men. I really find this interesting because you also have in the same breath the president making comments that there's just no talent in this country. And yes, one has to do with the other. These men do not want to compete They want to be angry. They want to go back and forth with women. They want to complain about women, whether it's their hair or like in Mooncakes, who is Canadian, visiting the United States with her friend for whatever reason. You have a young woman who has gone through a tremendous amount of just really bad behavior on this channel. And it's perfectly fine. One thing I will mention about CT's channel, it is very particular how women treat each other. The women treat each other pretty well. I know Moxie has mentioned to me, and she was correct, about, being uplifting and supportive towards women. And for the most part, I've had a pretty good, there have been, I know, situations with goofy gremlins and goblins wanting to cause a fight. And these are the types of people, who are responded to or referred to by other men as, my bro, your bro. And those people are dumb. Those people are dumb. The flat earthers, the square earthers, they're dumb. People who need another woman, somebody's other woman, to come in and say the magical word as to why the earth is round because of gravity. You have a significant amount of people, Americans, who genuinely cannot read. You have a significant number of Americans who don't want to take the time to compete. This person named Eric, that I will bring back up, this person named Eric this guy with the picture of Patrick Mahomes, who's a goofy character on his own. This man starts calling Mooncakes the N-word out of nowhere. He inappropriately, well, not inappropriately, but incorrectly, I should say, brings up Adam Smith's Wealth of Nations. Adam Smith wrote Wealth of Nations 1789 as a response to the industrial revolution occurring in both Germany and the UK. The Industrial Revolution, where you had children, British children, Scottish, Irish, Welsh, English children, British children who were taken from the beautiful, beautiful pastures of the UK to work in textile factories, unsafe, hot, dangerous. Children who were not enrolled in school, they were working coal mines. The same industrial age where Charles Dickens wrote A Tale of Two Cities. The same industrial age where you had plenty of Europeans who were giving their children alcohol and other opiates, such as laudanum. You would be hard-pressed to find a coherent or a lot of times semi-comatose child. So why this confused, angry half-breed called Eric wants to bring up, I believe he mentioned, I'm sure he mentioned Smith. He mentioned one book, but then he mentioned Wealth of Nations, Smith. And then he's using this as part of his argument to justify or rationalize colonization, which for some reason he is angry and stressed out about because this young fellow, Shenandoah, just doesn't think colonization was all that great. And you're not even white. You had nothing to do, nothing to contribute. You are as much as an overseer in the United States or the islands or the Bahamas to even speak to this fellow just because he just doesn't think colonization was just that great. That's it. And you want to bring up capitalism as if it has anything to do with colonization. Colonization, which was solely working the land. Colonization, which technically was becoming outdated. By the time Adam Smith wrote Wealth of Nations, Europe was already leaving the feudal system, which is borderline indentured servitude to an extent, and moving, as Smith wrote, into the industrial age. So this character does not even read. This angry little pissant called Eric knows nothing about the history that he's attempting to espouse. You don't know. So stick to what you do know, chasing white women, which goes right back to the conversation that I had with Hood Conservative, which I have not found. But of these men, you have so much to say to Black women, half-breeds, other Black men, and of course, Old Brave, then just stay with white women. That is what's so hard-pressed and confusing. The Civil Rights Act was basically the allowance for Black men to be with non-Black women and not live in fear of being hung. Black men are second to only Asian women when it comes to marrying out. Black men are known for marrying out. Black men marry out by far, and I do believe it's like 8-1. I don't even think I have that statistic correct. But Black men marry out. Out on a limb. Blame G Unit, NBA Youngboy, Sexy Red and Nikki. Sexy Red is a Gen Z girl. Sexy Red is Gen Z. She was born in this environment. So blaming her just doesn't make sense. Nikki is Nikki. Nikki does what she does. She's a grown woman. That's another thing. Black people, everybody is to blame. Everybody is to blame. But yet whenever a Black person does something fantastic or great or is well known for a skill, usually rap, music, or bringing in immigrants, oh, we did it. We brought you in. You're here because of us, our ancestors. But whenever it comes to blame or personal responsibility, obligation or accountability, it's always someone else. It's always someone else. So you can't take the good without taking the bad. If there is a genuine problem in the Black community, then the community as a whole has to take responsibility and address the matter yourself. So someone today had a live, and that person is going to have a live all about me tomorrow because that person claims I said they're a failure. If I'm such a problem, Black woman, then just be with your own women. And that really is the same for Hood Conservative, this character called Eric, and the other old fellow who has a live about me tomorrow. Be with white women. Just be with white women. Black women really, as a collective, Black women do not date out. They don't. And they do not date out to white men. It just does not happen. But coincidentally, Black women and white men have longer marriages than the United States average. Go figure. So when it does happen, it clearly happens for the benefit of both because white men and Black women have the longest marriages, or I should really say they divorce the least. Let me correct myself. Black women, white men divorce the least as compared to other interracial groups and same race groups per statistics. That's what I found. This information is widely available. So when Black women do marry white men, it clearly works out better on average. But that still does not negate my point that Black women are not checking for white men like that. And they certainly are not looking for old white men. It's just not happening. So I don't know what particular people, why this person who has a live about me tomorrow is really thinking. to have this entire just vitriol hate. You're not even a Black woman. You have an ability, men have the ability to completely change their lives. If you don't want to be around someone, especially women, just move away from these women. Black women on hand make the least amount of money. They live in enclaves within major cities. You are a man. As a man, you have the ability to work with your hands and earn an incredible income, whether it be in construction, electrician, HVAC, etc. Men, just being a man, you earn more. You just biologically, you have the ability to take jobs that women are not going to take. Women earn income. We only earn income through our brain or through our body. But those of us who don't want to earn income through our bodies, which we all know what I am referencing, we have the ability to now go to college, earn income, build a career, buy material, buy a home, continue, et cetera, et cetera. It's a lot harder for a woman. Being a man, you're winning the genetic lottery. So it's just so mind-boggling to have men spend so much of their time on the internet just spewing anger, foolishness, vitriol, hatred towards Black women that you don't even need to be around. There is zero reason for any man to complain about a Black woman. Just get away from her. Just pack your bags, get away. Or go in your house, lock your door. You're a man. Furthermore, men of the other race, you have the sheriff's department, you have the police department. There's so much more to this. And a lot of you want these women, you want Black women, and they just don't want you. They don't want you. And a lot of you like the chaos that many Black women bring. You weaponize their own chaos and insanity for your own benefit. I have to bring this up because when you have Trump actually speaking to Laura Ingraham, and Trump is outright saying that we don't have the talent, and he mentioned the battery factory, and he's mentioning missiles, he's mentioning build men type of work that a man can do, building with your hands. It's just so interesting that the United States president feels so compelled that he has to go out of the country. Elon Musk, he himself has made it clear, we are going to have H-1B. And all of you as men are doing what? Complaining. The people that are affecting your income and your ability to work, therefore or earn income, you're not doing anything about it. But you complain about the immigrants who are going to come in because many of you don't want to learn math. You don't want to. You really think you can coast on by in these jobs. You have these jobs at Amazon. You want to BS around at these warehouses. Amazon actually paid for the robotic certificate. Only a handful of people actually took it. Amazon has incredible benefits. Amazon also was giving stock option. But what happened? You had these Teamsters come in and just run ruckus, run craziness at Amazon. Trying to unionize Amazon, you're a man trying to do a job that is simply not for you, for your age. Unionize warehouse working. It's not going to happen. As opposed to appropriately competing by increasing and making better of your skills, you want to keep fighting for the lowest common denominator. And when that doesn't work out, you then go after Black women who don't even have any money like you. Black women who don't even get married, to their own men. Black women, single motherhood. Black women having to go and fight, having legislation called the Crown Act, just so she won't be discriminated at her job, which is very much truthful. These things happen. This happens. But you're a man. It has nothing to do with you. The fact that even John Galt and Brave are sitting down laughing at the misfortune of Black women and Black women finding a modicum of success so that she will not be punished and fired, which is her earning income just because of her hair. These men on that other person's line today, calling Black women bald, just hatred, vitriol, spewing anger. I made it clear on that live, and I'm saying it again. If you don't want to compete, then stop complaining about the Jews, stop claiming about immigrants, stop claiming about H-1B, and let the federal government come in and handle these cities, because you simply cannot do it. You cannot do it, and you don't want to do it. You don't want to make your life better and go fight for skills, fight to earn income. You complain about everything else, but the one thing that's in your power as a man, which is completely change your life and get away from all the troubles that ail you. And clearly it's Black women. Then get up and leave. I deal with this. I'm a Black woman. My problem, I deal with it. This has nothing to do with you as a man. Nothing. Nothing at all. But to spend countless hours just going after Black women and their hair, blaming Black women for all of Black society's problems, which somehow is leaking into white society, so you cannot handle your society. Then you know what? No problem. There's the Jews, there's the federal government. They will handle it for you. To live in the United States and to be a woman, you paying these taxes that many women do because women are earning income, and to have men who just stay in a perpetual state of bitch acidness, and it's always old men. You are an old man. Yeah, you failed out. If you can't compete, you're done. Leave. Stay in your home, build a shed, leave everybody else alone. If you can't do it, somebody else will. Somebody else will. Nobody has to put up with your crap. And to even have this little confused half-breed who will never be white, who was clearly raised in an all-white household, and of course he was constantly reminded that he was a little niglet. That's what you are, Eric. That's what you are to them. It's not Mooncake's fault. Blaming women for your own misfortune, as opposed to being a man and getting your act together and moving on. Show this same vitriol to each other. But many of you just don't want to do it. You don't want to do it, and you can't do it. And even if, out on a limb, even if every single Black woman is bald, who cares? If you don't like bald women, go find a non-Black woman who has plenty of hair. Persian women, Indian women, Hispanic women, they are known for having beautiful hair. Go find them. Go be with them. Go marry them and have children with them. A Black woman's existence has nothing to do with any of you. Nothing. Nothing at all. And for that ridiculous old man to sit here so angry, Black women are causing all these trouble. Listen to his live, because he's going to have a live tomorrow, 8 a.m., all about questions to ponder. Called me a failure. You really care that I called you a failure? Get your act together. Grow up. If you can't do it, if you're going to use the live complaining about Black women are the cause of all these problems. You, a white man, you're going to blame Black women, and you're a white man pushing 80. You know what? You have failed out of life. Let somebody else handle it. And the people who clearly want to step up are the Jews and the federal government. Both groups, as individual entities, they want to enter these cities. Oh, they want to enter these cities. And once they come in, they never leave. They never leave. They don't. Keep up with your behavior. You really think that sheriff's department, that police department is going to hold you through? Oh, no. All it takes is one case, and the federal government will come in. Oh, just one federal case. Just one. Alan Dershowitz made a really interesting point. He said it's really hard to get into these small towns. Alan Dershowitz, he does a lot of work, free pro bono work, dealing with the incredible amount of police misconduct. And now that we live in this age of technology, social media, it's not like before. Everything is recorded, and they want to record you. They want to record you. Compute power is basically cheap. Storage is basically cheap. Cameras, cloud, having the cloud. What do you think the cloud is? They're recording you. And none of that's even being saved to our hard drive. It's going to a data center far away, never to be deleted. Never to be deleted. What you did now, what you're doing now, can be held against you 10, 15, 20 years from now. So it is pretty particular for those who do want to enter the force, the boys in blue, that blue gang, because it's nothing like before. Nothing. You cannot get away with what you were able to get away with 5, 10 years ago. We live in a very, very different world. And a lot of you men simply cannot handle it. You don't want to compete. You will not compete. And your last vestige of control is it's just slowly seeping away. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. This anger is pathetic. This anger is pathetic. Going after Black women in their hair, it's bitch made. It really is. Show that same effort and actually address the real problems in society, like the safety issues, like the fact that many of you men, you don't want to upskill. You don't want to have skills. You don't want to go to class. You think you can just wing it. Or even better yet, find a good woman. Find a smart woman. There's a great deal of benefit finding a smart woman. You know, a good place to start, a lot of women really have no issue with men not going to college. We all know many of you don't like class. Men learn differently. Then just stop being a jerk. Be a protector. Stop being an abusive bitch. Look, just the magnitude of what occurs on YouTube. And all of you as men, you find great enjoyment watching other men just disrespect, degrade other women. I don't know what CT is doing. I know how I've been treated. To a lot of you, I really do wish you the worst. A lot of you are just really bad men. And you find this YouTube as an outlet to just go off on women. You know, good luck with that, because it goes right back to the point of my life. If you don't want to do the work, someone else will. Nothing exists in a void. Trump is going to bring these H-1B because you all don't want to do the work, and you can't do the work. So capitalism in this country is going to wait? No, that's never going to happen. Actually, let's go ahead and, as a group, watch Trump speaking to Laura Ingraham. One moment.
You know, why not? Because they defrauded the public, and they've admitted it. And their top echelon,
Director General and the CEO,
this is
both
within
resigned.
one of our great allies. You know, they actually changed my January 6th speech, which was a beautiful speech, which was a very calming speech, and they made it sound radical. And they actually changed it. What they did was rather incredible. They're showing me the results later on, the results of what they did, how they butchered it up. But it was very dishonest, and the head man.
But tonight you are saying to our viewers that you will go forward and file a defamation lawsuit against the BBC.
Well, I think I have an obligation to do it because you can't allow people to do that.
Does that mean the H-1B visa thing will not be a big priority for your administration? Because if you want to raise wages for American workers, you can't flood the country with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of foreign workers.
You also do have to bring in talent. When
we have plenty of talented people here.
No, you don't.
We don't have talented people here?
No, you don't have. You don't have certain talents, and people have to learn. You can't take people off an unemployment line and say, I'm going to put you into a factory where we're going to make missiles, or I'm going to put
How did we ever do it before?
Well, I'll give you an example. In Georgia, they raided because they wanted illegal immigrants out. They had people from South Korea that made batteries all their lives. You know, making batteries are very complicated. It's not an easy thing and very dangerous. A lot of explosions, a lot of problems. They had like 500 or 600 people, early stages, to make batteries and to teach people how to do it. Well, they wanted them to get out of the country. You're going to need that, Laura. I mean, I know you and I disagree on this.
I don't agree with a lot of the things that Trump is saying, because I don't know if you saw in the chat when I put, it doesn't make any sense for African Americans to complain about the Hindus when they don't put up the numbers that the Hindus do, and this goes for Hispanic people too. Hindus graduate at what is it? They get their bachelor's and masters 70% clip. So I mean, shit. If you guys want to replace these people, I wonder who you're going to replace them with.
But you know, a lot of immigrant groups, they have higher college graduation rates, and people complain about, you know, everybody needs to do STEM. You don't need to do STEM.
No, you don't.
The main focus is you have to take the time and learn English. Learn English, learn math, even some math. But focus on English. Definitely. You'll do pretty well.
Writing and reading.
Writing and reading. Everyone else, the Indians, the Asians as a whole, a lot of the Africans, the Eastern Europeans, they come science-based, and the Middle Easterners, and they're pre-med. They're pre-med. We don't have enough doctors in this country at all.
And none of them want to be doctors.
A lot of them, they don't want to be doctors.
No, they don't. When I go to the hospital, what do I see? A Patel. I mean,
men and women.
Yeah. I mean, they're there, dude. They're deep. I mean, to be a doctor is 12 years and more, and you never finish.
Including your residency. It's a lot of work, and you have to do organic chemistry and calculus and learn dissection. And that's not even including specialization.
But you think that somebody like I mean, I can speak for myself. Like I don't even want to be a doctor because I know the work that it takes, the effort that it takes, and all that. That's not to say that I can't put my mind on certain other things, but I don't think nobody here wants to be a doctor, bro. Like this is my thing. Everybody wants it easy. Like here in America, we're so accustomed to you know, if you want to, like, dude, you could just lay on your couch, hit the clicker, put any channel you want. Like, we so comfortable that, like, third world countries, they don't even have a TV. They don't get to eat 3-4 times a day. They don't go through, the struggles that we go through, it would be a blessing for these people out there.
It's just really mind-boggling how you have a group of men who are so focused on the right thing, who are so focused on the wrong thing. If there's such a problem with immigrants, then fill the gap of what they're doing. If Trump is directly telling you that we don't, like, he's outright saying that Americans are dumb. So as opposed to
Shit.
I mean, this is what I'm saying. As opposed to applying the skills that are needed, obtaining the skills that are needed, which, by the way, are free for a lot of Americans. A lot of these programs, they're free. They're free because you are a United States citizen. Companies and the government will reach out to community colleges. They go to their companies internally. They will pay for training. They do this. A lot of people don't take the opportunity. Never mind YouTube, which is a free this vast vat of information that is available for everyone. It's easier to understand Far East Asians butcher the English language than to hear a strong Punjabi accent speaking English. I see what you're, that is true. And I do think with Chinese Koreans, it's just like I don't know, it's just easier. It's just, and of course, out on the Filipinos are very Catholic. So they're already, Filipinos with Spanish culture, the Philippines, it's just a lot easier for them to just pick up English. It's just a lot easier. I wonder that because even like, Korea's first world, South Korea's first world. So they're just from culture, they learn business English. So in China, Korea, they'll just learn English. Korea has a huge American army base, huge military base. Yeah, the Koreans are hustlers. Yeah, they are. So it's just easier. Yeah, they do. Which they actually learned from American soldiers, from what I was told. That during the Korean War, a lot of Americans taught the Koreans how to fried chicken, American fried chicken. So the Koreans put their own little spin to it.
Yeah. They
so that's what we
talking about, the Chinese and DR, man. Shit, man. Them motherfuckers. Shit. Every time I go over there, I give me a big plate. It's like a 5-piece with some plantains. Oh, Lord have mercy.
That does sound pretty good.
Oh, I'm telling you, this shit, I tried to talk to one of these Chinese people the last time I was there. I was like, yo, Chino, because we just say it straight up like that. We just call them Chinese. Like they don't get mad because it's like a slang thing. You get what I'm saying? It's like if we see a dark-skinned Dominican and we don't know his name, we just call him Moreno. And if he's a light-skinned like me, we'll call him Jorobao. Like it's just like a thing over there, bro. This is why I'm saying I'm so confused when it comes to race and shit over here, bro.
Because well, the history, the United States, the English and the Dutch brought white women, brought European women. So it's just easier to keep the races stratified. And they were very, very strict about it. So that's just why we are where we are right now. But even, some people have made comments, even back in the day, like I guess the 90s, early 2000s, everybody just wasn't angry. And now everyone is angry. And you had that, the gentleman on that lot, stoic calm, bringing up like white guilt. Like it just seems like a lot of the older generation have a lot of frustration and anger.
I have certain frustration to certain things, not to everything. Like for instance, I have this discussion all the time, not only with my wife, but with her cousins, which happen to be mainly female. And I asked the question, and I even asked my daughter today. I said, damn, I almost said her name online. Let me stop myself. I asked my baby. I said, hey, how many male teachers do you have in your school that you could count with your hand? She said 2. She said 2.
Well, one thing, Latino, there is such a demand for male teachers. Trust. They've been wanting male teachers even when I was.
The thing. I don't think that even male teachers are going to fix the situation. Like this is the thing. Like, so the conversation that I have is this, right? So like, in order to fix education, right, there has to be accountability, right? And who is going to take that accountability? I would assume it would be the teachers. Am I wrong or am I right?
Well, okay. Well, when we speak about education and accountability, I think, okay, I know some people are going to disagree with me. These schools, their responsibility is not, it's more than just educating these children.
It's a quota.
Education really, it is a quota. It is a quota. And they're really just trying to make sure these children are at baseline, that you can do just enough. There's a lot of investment, and depending on your zip code, where you live, we all know education quality.
That comment, Jules. Come on.
But it's it's the responsibility of the mother to ensure that your children can read. It's like that Chris Rock joke. If a child can't read, that's the mother's fault. If a child,
I agree.
Because the lights are off, because there's no electricity, the lights are turned off because the bill wasn't paid, that's the daddy's fault.
Mm-hmm.
So, like that kind of again, it like as mothers, as women, number one, I mentioned it to Republic Room. Like these children belong to the men, but we have a responsibility and accountability as women to make sure these children have the necessary skills that they need to be productive, to be human, to be a person. We all know as women, our children need to know how to read. We all know as women, we have to protect our children from predators. We have to protect our children. These are fundamental responsibilities of women. But a woman cannot do that when, number one, she's just living in an unsafe environment. And that's like a big problem that I'm just sick and tired of it. The environment is just so incredibly unsafe, and men are not wanting to do anything about it. Men blame, oh, a 17-year-old is not a little girl, she's grown. Men are now debating and arguing.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
the age of consent.
She's a kid.
Right, exactly.
But she should know better now that she's in the teenage phases of her years.
Yeah, she's a teenager, but she needs to be
13, 14, 15. By then, it's like
a teenager. She's a person with other teenagers. Like if it's a girl and a teenage boy, that is amongst adults to make sure that relationship that is healthy and not abusive or violent. I'm confused. My issue is you have grown men. You just happen to be in the same vicinity as a teenager, and then you blame her why she enters your car. How did you even get there with your car? And I had stories from when I was in high school.
That's crazy.
Where like it's just we do need to protect the children.
But
I right. Well, thank you. That's
like, if this is like a fraternity, right? And this is a whole bunch of wild dudes.
Thank you so much. Correct.
As a chick, like you have every right to be there. I'm not saying that you don't, but you also have to keep in the back of your mind that it's like, bro, you here with a whole bunch of animals, bro. Like you get what I'm saying? So this is the thing I teach my girls now at a young age. It's like if you're in a place where I don't know, like you shouldn't be there, just the best thing to do is to leave. That's what I do.
So that's a great point. So now women, we have to educate ourselves so that we can live in the best, safest place. Because we just can't live anywhere. Like we just can't live anywhere. For a woman to do that, we need to place college where a lot of women meet their spouse, and also college where we learn the appropriate skills and we learn how to properly read, and we just have a time to grow up. It's so unsafe for a teenager, 17, 18, 19. She starts immediately working. She doesn't go to college. And what happens? She's now in the adult world dealing with adult predators at her job. Like college is also a buffer state. It's a buffer state for a young woman where she has that time to like finish, be educated, and like grow up. Like we do need to grow up. Like it's just like this push to like have like these teenagers grow up so fast. And then when things don't work out for her, it's her fault. When she gets pregnant, it's her fault. When she gets abused, it's her fault. I'm just honestly, it's so clear. I see this in real life.
Yeah, but this is the thing. It's like I tell my wife all the time, like, who do we know in our household? Do we know the one that got this is just a, just throwing a hypothetical here. The one that got the daughter pregnant, which is my daughter, or my daughter. Who do I know? Who do me and my wife know? Because I don't know who the guy that my daughter might have slept with and got pregnant. I know who my wife and I know. Like, do you get where I'm going with this?
What do you mean? What do you mean? Let you know.
So at the end of the day, I'm not holding accountability to that man, because I didn't teach that man shit. I taught my daughter. And if my daughter goes and breaks the bond that we made between me and my wife and her, and she decides to get pregnant, I'm not going to be the one to say, "Oh, it's not your fault." No. I'm not blaming her.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. That's how we roll here.
I mean, but it's your household. It's your household. I mean, respectfully, it's your household. But just for myself,
same thing as her being a killer. I didn't teach her that. If she ends up being a killer, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, I'm sorry that you're in the position that you are. I still love you."
Right, but
you decided.
Latino, we're talking about how is a man, depending on how old this man is. Like, high schooler is high school. Then we're talking about if you have a daughter, she's under the age of 21. How in the world is a man, like I'm talking about grown men, 30s, 40s, because this is way more common. And it was very common in the 90s, early 2000s. How are you in the vicinity where there are people who are teenagers and in their early 20s? How are you there? How are you there? I'm just now.
That's always been weird to me. Like, even when I worked in college, right? There was this one guy, and he's like, "Oh, check this chick out," and I'm like, "Bro, you need to stop."
Yeah, because these men, I remember speaking to
I feel that's disgusting, bro.
Speaking to a guy in college, he was like 19 or 20 years old. I think he was like 19, 20.
Like a
He outright knew he didn't want to be around teenage girls, and he knew, yeah, she's like a teenager, like the way she speaks or who she's around with.
I don't like
teenager, and he was like, "Not because I'm in college. I don't want to be around a high schooler. I'm in college."
Yeah, I don't like that.
So that's why I don't get, like, you're a grown man and you don't have any idea she's a teenager.
Dude,
that's a lie.
Man, I'm telling you,
that's just lying. That's
there's
just
friends
lying.
that I don't associates that I used to hang out with. I don't no longer hang out with because of that shit. Because it's like, bro, I can't. I don't have no respect for you, bro. Like, literally, I told him. I don't have no respect for you, bro. He's like, nah, but they're of age. I'm like, it don't matter, bro. Like, because at the end of the day, the mindset is not there. They're vulnerable. They're weak.
That's why I don't understand. You're a woman who's 25, which is still a young woman. She's 25, 26, 27. You seriously cannot find someone at that age. Like I'm a 25, 26-year-old. You really can't. You really have to go to teenager. Well, she's 18. She's 18, and you're like 30.
If I wasn't married, I would tell you this, man. I like older women that are in shape. That's,
it's always getting is her fault. It's
older women, because that way you don't have to deal. You don't have to. An old woman know what she wants. A young girl don't even know what she wants.
It's just now. If men are going to behave the way they're going to behave, and they're going to continue,
some men need to get what's the word? What's the thing that they used to do back in?
And I don't even want to give men, put it all on men. These women, they know exactly what they're doing.
But come on, man.
When I mean women, I'm talking about grown women. They know the predators, and they will make sure that a young girl is put in a position to be abused.
That I don't understand.
So and at the workplace, and in the hood. I know a young girl is being abused. You sit there as an old woman, and you sit back and you do nothing. You're an old woman, and you know
these women want to be down, though. That's what it is. They want to be down, so they'll throw the party. They'll bring the alcohol, the weed. You get what I'm saying? They want to be down so bad that, like, I don't know. It's like this lady probably lost her childhood, and she's trying to like reminiscing or something. I don't know. But I see this shit a lot.
Yeah, and we live in a completely different world. We do, and it's only. I don't think it's getting better. It's not,
no, it ain't.
And that's why when we're looking at bringing in the federal government, which I've mentioned, raising the age of consent, They're going to raise the age of consent. That's going to happen. That's definitely going to happen. They're also having
to what 21 or something?
21. Yeah, they are. Yeah, the federal, they're going to do that. It's going to start off now. There is active discussion with when it comes to that industry to raise the age to 21. Over federal, they're going to raise it to 21. Because these states are arguing. I've read you have someone trying to introduce a bill to reduce like the age to like 12 if the parents sign off for her to get married. Like just sickness, just outright sickness.
I don't know why that still exists.
So since that this is where people are going, it's just going to happen. It's going to happen. Furthermore,
I don't know why that shit exists.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's even going to get better because now they are where you have like a year to report a crime. Like they remove statute of limitation, so you have a year to, regardless when it happened, to report sexual assault or sexual abuse. They have that in New York, and they're going to that's going to happen to these states as well. So things are definitely
like if something happens to her, she has a year to report it.
If something happens to you, so they're going to remove the statute of limitation. There's no, I know, like in certain states.
So there's going to be no statute of limitation at all when it comes to that.
Yeah, for like a year. For this is in reference to women who are adults. So if something happened to you over the age of 18, anything that happens to you under the age of 18, there basically is no statute of limitation. It doesn't even matter if you're an adult. There's no statute of limitation. You can go after the predator. There's no, yeah. So anything that happens to you under 18, yeah, and that's
under 18, right?
Yeah, that's under 18. They are also in some states looking to do like a year, I forgot the name of the law, or just basically where they're going to give you 1 year to report any assault, any abuse that happened to you over the age of 18, and you'll have 1 year to report it. So they're looking. That happened in New York, in the state of New York.
Sorry, SB, you had to.
Yeah, it's just too common, and yeah, we got.
I mean, I've been a hero a couple times. Don't want to brag, but there was a friend of mine, my neighbor downstairs. She was super drunk, and actually, some of my buddies wanted to take advantage. I was like, whoa, time out. So I gave her a bottle of water, a bucket, and I locked her in her room.
You probably saved a woman's life.
Yeah, man. Like, I mean, she was my neighbor. She grew up with me, bro.
Yeah. Like, it's just, wow.
I'm like, come on, man. You guys are fucking thirsty. You see that this bitch is drunk out of her mind. Even though she might be willing and she wants to, like, no, she's not in her right mind right now. Like I'm talking about pissed out drunk. Like, she didn't even remember what happened the next day. And I'm just like, I'm glad I locked you in that room. And then put a bucket and give you a bottle of water.
Master Kim.
Hey, hello, everyone.
What's up, Kim?
Good. I'm breathing hard on the treadmill, but hey, just real quick, if I can just kind of comment, there's something wrong with society when you have men, 35, 36 on up, trying to still look young, still trying to like look fly, and what's missing is the dignity of just becoming kind of a powerful nobody, meaning, in the background, channeling all that energy towards the wife and kids and just looking like a dad, whatever that is, versus let me go get my tattoos, let me get yoked up, let me do some TRT, sex drive is through the roof, want to fuck everything around. And it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. And I'm using this, I'm being hyperbolic, by the way, But yeah, I mean, Latino on his podcast the other day said something that, his life is for his wife and kids, and it's true. And whether he looks fly and go get a big hat and Jordans is almost
I don't get no big hats.
tenth on
I don't
the
wear
list,
big hats or Jordans.
and I guess what I'm going with is the dignity of men and women looking their age, acting their age. It's not trying to say, look at me and be fly, and not trying to be chasing after peace, And in fact, I think that handicaps a lot of guys. And when their testosterone level starts to dip, it's almost a godsend because you focus on the activities that kind of are going to put your family forward versus look. I mean, it happened to me. There was a guy at the gym years ago. He looked just like Mike Tyson. And out of nowhere, he kind of elbowed me and said, "Oh, look at that girl." And this dude was 60 something. And he was pointing out a girl like
And you
18
were
or
like, damn, man, this is what you're
I,
thinking about?
I was, but then I'm looking at the dude and I'm like, you got a crazy high testosterone level. So no wonder he's acting like a dirty man. And then he said, "Oh, I got to grow up in Atlanta. I put a baby up in her."
Oh,
This is a
God.
65-year-old man. I
At
was so
60, like,
surprised. And
Jesus Christ.
I said that, man, that's just horrible. But with
Like,
that being said,
Lord have mercy.
and I didn't mean to derail the conversation, but the
At 60.
dignity of
Disgusting.
just looking like a buster or a square, there's some dignity in that because you can be powerful and shine in the backdrop while promoting your wife and kids and their pursuits. So
At 60, having kids, bro. That old
yeah, is that
spunk.
crazy? Yeah.
That old spunk.
And then just
Making
use
fucking what was the name of this shit? Autism kids and shit.
yeah, and I live in just kind of suburbia, Georgia, and I've never heard the term "put a baby up in her." It's especially from a 60-year-old man. I was like, dog, that's crazy. And obviously, that's a term, that people kind of use half-heartedly. But yeah, but not meant for a 60-year-old man to talk about a real situation. He met some girl up in Atlanta, put a baby up in her, and he's got to pay child support. I was so surprised, but nevertheless, Ponder, you've been at it the last day and a half. I commend you on CT's podcast for acting professional and not getting to the dirt with Imperius. That was very impressive.
Yeah, Ponder, what happened?
With Imperius?
Yeah, man. I don't know why he going at you.
What did I don't know what I did to him. Like, he's just angry. He just, I don't know. Like, he's getting on me because John initially did not want Imperius on with the Pastor Manning, the Pastor Manning interview. So for some reason, Imperius is like coming at me, but I don't know what Imperius expecting me to do. I repeatedly dropped the link for Imperius. I reached out to John. I told John that Imperius had a great question for Pastor Manning, and he really did. And to let Imperius speak to Pastor Manning. And from my understanding, John was fine with it. And I told Imperius, "Hey, Imperius, no worries. Here's the link. Come up. But Imperius refused. And I dropped, you rewatch that live, I dropped the link for StreamYard like 7 times.
Yeah, but I think John said no afterwards.
I don't think so. But okay, let's say hypothetically John did. I tried my best to have Imperius on.
Yeah, you did. That's what I'm saying. I don't know why.
I don't know why he's like
upset with you. The only person that he could be upset, I would think, would be John.
I think that Imperius, he's done with work for this year, and he's just like drinking. He's just drinking Pinot Noir. He's just drinking wine.
It's still no excuse for just off the hook belligerent behavior and name calling and
I don't know what he said. I actually went to get some water. What did he say? I heard him talk about I'm not human, but he keeps bringing up the ghost DNA thing.
Yeah, all that typical stuff, and it's so out of line. And just, man, okay, so if this is the way you're talking to someone that you don't agree with, or you think that you've been slighted, how do you treat your people you actually have done you wrong or are actual enemies? I mean, God's sakes, it's so strange. And then you hide behind an emoji, and it's just a world of silliness. It's it's almost like nowhere on the planet will you get such disrespect, but on these internet streets, and it's just such a shame.
Yeah, I just don't understand. Like they just get so angry. Like you could just disagree. They just become so angry, like just furious. Like you don't even want to be there. Like you don't.
No, I
Get
think
involved.
Imperius is a skinny, light-skinned black or half breed in a wheelchair. He's not the way he portrays himself. I think that's why he'll never come on camera. So, and why do I say half breed? Because right off the bat tells you the guy you're going to be fucked in the head because caught like in the ectoplasm of two cultures.
What you trying to say about mulattoes, man?
Well, the Dominicans, I think, are the perfect race.
Yo, yeah, because I'm a mulatto basically. Like if you think about it, but the thing is,
let me break it down. There's only, and please forgive me, I gotta use precise language. I think Dominicans are the only ones that could keep blacks in check. That I see, right? They can't throw the race card on them. Dominicans have got the European Spanish work ethic. The food is better. They're very manly, and they're very family oriented. And they're Christian, so they're almost like they're more Catholic. They're more tougher than the Asians, right? So they get the best of both worlds. They're white, they're black, they got it all, and they're probably the only culture that could go toe to toe with the Mexicans, the blacks, and everyone, and tell them to shut the fuck up and look them dead in their eye and rewire their house.
bro, like I said, what was it? Yesterday's show or the day before, bro? When I was talking all that shit about Venezuela, man. I said if that was DR, none of that shit would happen. And look, you guys ended up getting Trende Iowa, right? We ended up getting Venezuelans in DR too. Aside from Venezuelans, we got Colombians too that migrated over there. Them motherfuckers don't act up like that over there. I'll tell you that. Mm-mm.
A good example would be what's going on in Haiti, and then just across the border. It's a night and day difference, both in stability and crime. There's a dramatic drop off, obviously.
And we send back Venezuelans too, bro. We don't play that, bro. We send Colombians and Venezuelans. You act up, we send you back. Yep.
And the best at base, bees ball as well. So don't forget that.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, look, I'm a citizen, right? But if I go to DR and I act up, I even get deported too. Is that crazy, bro? Because I'm not a citizen of their country. You feel me? The same thing for me too. If I go over there and start acting up, boom, deport your ass.
So, Ponder, do you mind if we talk about the Crown Act you mentioned earlier?
Yeah, Master Kim, like that whole Crown Act, I just don't, it's just not a pertinent issue to the average man, to the average person. It's really just, I don't like, leave me alone so I won't be discriminated against with my hair and be fired. Like, I mean, that's all. I just don't understand. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so what I wanted to say is the pundits that are out there, the belligerent Democrats that, well, a week ago, they were talking trash on Trump, and now they're in front of the news camera or media talking about the Crown Act. It's almost like the Democrats are using the worst people to deliver the message, because very important bills and laws and programs get put in place, but it gets lost in all the other garbage that's out there. So when you say, "Hey, this is important," I'm like, "Oh shit, maybe it is." And it's different when you say it versus when these political pundits say it. It's because they're just not believable. So if you said, "Hey, we should focus on this, I think a lot of the listeners are going to give it a review, I guess, because the other people that are parading these things were pro DEI and all this, and too much politics were involved, and it's hard to understand, is this just a bunch of political garbage stuff, or is this legit? And for you to say, hey, this is a real problem and it's going to really help, I've never heard that before from someone credible, I guess, because it gets lost in all the other shit.
It's really not like it's just like something significant for just one group, just because there've been issues. I've read and heard about this, like not being able to graduate, not being able to walk, like it's just a long story. And my main concern is, why would it, how is it a problem or even a matter to discuss to other people who are not in any way affected by this at all? Like there's no money, nobody's asking for money, no, it doesn't take away from anyone, it doesn't really add on to anyone. All it basically means is that you just don't, just leave women in their hair. Just let it go.
Not only women and Latino.
And Latinos, like people who just have
leave me the fuck alone, man.
Because I mean, like these types of issues are common for certain groups, and it just
not everybody got dead hair.
And certain people were able to use their political capital to get this pushed through, to just get this pushed through, and it happened. So I just don't like, from my end, I just don't see why people that have nothing to do with this, like I just don't understand why Brave and John are just sitting around talking about this with such like fury and anger. And like, just
why is this even like even a point of a conversation? Like, is this like a thing that's happening now in the political world where they talking about getting rid of this shit or something? Or what's the point of the conversation to bring up here?
No, I think that Ponder was mentioned earlier in the opening with their monologue of just going down a laundry list of things. And I just kind of used actually the Crown Act is just an example. When Ponder regurgitates it, I think it's very meaningful. And this isn't a pro Ponder little comment I'm trying to make, as much as, some of the stuff you said, I'm like, okay. And yes, I'm using it to Trayvon Martin as just kind of maybe a kind of a belligerent example. But I enjoy hearing your perspective, because I thought that the Crown Act was a bunch of silly stuff, but then hearing you say, talk about the importance, and it's not costing anyone, and some people have been impacted and whatnot, and I think it's much more meaningful when credible people talk about these issues, because there's a lot of people that just don't understand or are confused about it, and that's all. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bloviate.
No, Master Kim, thank you so much. No money.
Shit.
No money to be taken away or added. Nothing like that at all. Nothing like that at all.
It's just basically a leave me alone.
Really? Yes, just leave me alone. I'm at work, leave me alone. Leave me alone.
My credentials should speak for me, not my hair.
That's right. Correct. Just leave me alone. So, some of us choose. I just bring this up because, like, for myself, like, I know for myself, it is easy when you can just spray water, add gel, go out your day. Just kind of go out your day. But other women who have more afro hair texture, or just even curly hair, they just want to be able to just go to work and just be left alone. I don't want to have to deal with all the problems because I look a particular way, because my hair just looks, it just looks more ethnic. And a lot of people, there's more of there's more of an embrace to keep more of natural hair texture. Like, there's always been the jokes, like the Indian hair, which, like everybody's sewing in the Indian hair, which doesn't even look natural. Like, your hair is not, that's not your hair.
Mm-hmm.
That's
You
the
can
woman
tell.
from India. Right. And you're doing all this just so you can earn an income. So you don't want to deal with any discrimination, people like touching your hair, petting your hair, making comments about your hair. You just want to go to work and be left alone.
I've been petted many times.
And no money at all, Master Kim. There's no, like, it's not DI where certain people, it's just basically just leave me alone at work. Just leave me alone. And I do believe that a number of Caucasian women were also involved because, a lot of them like to do the colorful hair, the pink hair, the blue hair.
Oh yeah, that's very insightful.
A lot of
You're
them.
right.
But before they actually used to write in the handbook, like no unnatural hair color, like saying, like pink, blue, purple is unnatural. Now this protects them as well. So it's basically just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Ponder. It also affected those that did the George Michael blonde highlights too. It threw them in the bunch too because they're naturally, like an offspring spiky bleached hair look. They fall in that category too. Not and as you can see, no white boys are going around with.
But let's be
blonde hair
honest.
anymore.
Let's be honest. If a guy came to your job though, that you're hiring, right, and he has all the credentials, and this guy comes in looking like Mr. T, are you gonna hire this man?
Yeah, good question. Yeah. No, actually,
I wouldn't. Like, that's what I'm saying. Oh shit.
Yeah, and then Ponder, as far as Be Brave and John, and I'm not trying to defend them at all. I think is Be Brave says, I'm giving them with both barrels in their mouth. So some of the ugly
Jesus.
stuff, and let's forget about the hair stuff. Let's bypass over that. But if John is the only one giving the realism of what is going on in the community, and he's doing it unapologetically, and he's squeezing in jokes and stuff like that, because no one else is doing that. But I think it creates a problem. Here's the problem. So you get people that are attracted to the show. They get on the panels, they come in, they befriend John, they enjoy the content. But as time goes on, and I think the African American panelists, as time goes on, they've never had to face this problem, I believe. They were able to take them and their checkbook and run to the white suburbs. And the problem still exists. And John, I think, is just put that plate of problems right in front of them. And whether he is hinting at solutions, through small business and maybe some behavioral changes, and I think he's turned these people that like the show to talk shit about him because there's no exit strategy. I think. And so therefore, it's almost like the reset button gets hit on them and they start to despise him. Not all, but some. But I think it's amazing that some people that thought the world of John now talk shit about him, are not loyal.
John is that nigga. He got that dope.
It doesn't make any sense because John hasn't changed.
Nah, John is still John.
There's just certain panelists that just can't stomach it because they were able to take their success and money and run away from the problem. I and my family ran away from the problem. The minute we moved out of West 7 Mile in Detroit to all white Royal Oak, Michigan area, it was like hitting the Powerball. Like literally hitting the Powerball. We were still broke, single mother waitressing, but it was a 9-day difference. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hijack the stream.
No way. Thank you, Master Kim. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Jesus Christ. It's so cold.
I'm so happy for winter.
Oh no, I'm not. I can't stand it.
We have one more month. Everybody's wrapping up with work. 2025. Wow.
Winter's coming.
Winter is supposed to be coming. Winter has been coming. Winter has been coming. We have 3 more years of Trump. I'm just, wow. Oh goodness.
We're gonna go into Venezuela. We're gonna make our gas $1.25 a gallon for regular. Once we done with Venezuela, yes, sir.
So yeah, it's definitely pivot. So Hegseth has already given the okay for two, I don't know if it's bombing or something to, thank you, Crown, something to Venezuela. The Pete Hegseth.
Bomb all those motherfuckers, man. I don't care.
Well, I wonder what's gonna happen.
Hey, gotta clean up shop.
Venezuela.
Colombia keep talking shit. They might be next. So I'm just saying, y'all Colombians out there in Colombia, you just hush your mouth.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Hush your mouth.
Well, they better.
Yeah. Sign me up.
Yeah, Pete Hegseth says the United States has only just begun striking alleged drug vessels. Pete Hegseth says he did not stick around to watch a second strike on alleged drug boat. United States authorized second deadly Venezuela boat strike.
Yeah, they killed like what? Already like, what was it like over? What was that I heard? Over 28 people or some shit already.
Let's see if we can find that.
Or was it 58? Some shit like.
Keep in mind, and again, I'm not defending these smugglers, but these are laborers. Aside from the boat captain, these are laborers on
80.
the boat just getting smoked.
Yeah,
80, right? 80. That's what it was.
I got it right here. I'll pull it up. Give me 1 second. I'll pull it up right now.
Yeah, I mean, yo, Master Ken, that's not no regular job, Master Ken. Come on. I could care less if they're farmers or they're starving. I don't give a shit. That ain't my problem.
There's a very high chance too that these could be American boat owners and smugglers that got them race boats.
It is what it is.
Yep.
Shouldn't be smuggling.
Here we go. During a cabinet meeting at the White House, Hegseth said he did not see any survivors in the water, saying the vessel exploded in fire, smoke, and you cannot see anything. This is called the fog of war. Hegseth also said he did not stick around for the remainder of the September 2nd mission following the initial strike, and the admiral in charge made the right call in ordering the second hit, which he had complete authority to do. Lawmakers have opened investigations following a Washington Post report that Hegseth issued a verbal order to kill everybody on the boat. The first vessel hit in the Trump administration counter-drug campaign in the Caribbean and Eastern Pacific Ocean that has grown to over 20 known strikes and more than 80 dead. The United States also has built up its largest military presence in the region in generations, and many see the action as a tactic to pressure Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro to resign. Oh, goodness.
Maduro.
Oh, wow. Well, we're not going, those poor little drug smugglers, drug dealers, yeah. So things might get a little bit more expensive for some people.
Mm-hmm. That's what I said. I said that shit. I said that shit in
Might
the
get a little
stream.
more expensive, but it's for the best. Yeah, I want this stuff gone.
Somebody made a valid point though.
Yes.
And I think it was a brother on X. He said, why attack Venezuela and not go for the ones that are actually creating this shit? And he didn't mention who was creating this, but we all know who. The creators of fentanyl. And I was like, that's a good question.
The Chinese?
Yeah.
Yeah, that they're smuggling through Central America.
Yeah. That's literally what's happening.
Yeah, they're smuggling. It's the Chinese. It's just like the opium wars. The opium wars from like a
Yeah.
hundred
Back in the
years
'70s
ago.
and shit. That was the
That
tri. What was it? What's that shit called? The triangle of fuck. Forget the name of the shit.
you mean the Bermuda, not the Bermuda Triangle.
No. It was a triangle, right? And it's like between the Philippines, Cambodia, and some other country. And like basically inside that triangle, like you can't go in because it's like all like opium and like fucking heroin
Yeah,
and shit. I
that's what
forgot
they
the
were.
name of this thing. Shit,
I
man.
remember hearing about that too. Like all the after the United
That's
States
you should know.
went to
Oh, the
Vietnam.
Golden Triangle.
Yeah,
That's what it's called. Yep, Golden Triangle.
got really, really bad. And it all started coming over here. Mexico is in trouble. How is Mexico? Mexico's in turmoil.
I mean, they got a Lahaim president. There's a bunch of fuckery going around because in DR we have a president that's half Lebanese.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man, and Master Kim was telling me that they try to build a mosque over there, right? And I had to look up the story, and it is true.
In Dominican Republic, build a mosque?
No, they
Yeah,
tried.
Ponder the Lebanese are extremely industrious. Even over in Haiti, they own all the dealerships, all the grocery stores. But if you go up to them and say, "Aren't you Lebanese?" They'll look at you crazy and speak that Creole shit that they're Haitian. And of course, maybe they're just playing nice politics. But they recently had their stores burnt. Maybe about 5 or 10 years ago, had their stores tore up and burnt down. But the Lebanese are just a they're almost like the small hats. They're so successful in the
Yeah.
Caribbean regions.
Yeah, they're pretty. I've heard about them in Mexico. In Mexico, yeah, a lot of them throughout Mexico, South America, even like people that we know that are famous, like Salma Hayek, her father is Lebanese, and the singer Shakira, like her father's Lebanese. Her father's Lebanese. I remember that they've always been like a small minority group.
Yeah, ain't
So
they like Christian too though?
No, there are definitely Lebanese who are Christian. That's very true. That's
but
very
very,
true.
but very few small populations.
But yeah, it's gotten smaller Latino, especially after World War II.
Yeah, I
After
dated
World War II.
a crazy Lebanese chick once.
Yeah, there's
Well,
there.
hold on a second. Latino, you dated a Arabic Americanized woman and didn't see even the Arabs don't mess with the Dominicans. Normally speaking, no one could date an Arab woman. You get your ass kicked. So to break it down, Latino, how'd you manage
Oh,
that?
dude, it was wild. It didn't really last long. We talked for a bit, and then we went out a couple times, and long story short, right? I'm just gonna keep it short. So apparently, I mean, I didn't really get mad because I'm just like, whatever, right? So this girl was being dropped off by some guy at my crib, right? And long story short, I guess I started doing some digging, all right, just because something was off, and apparently she had told this guy because I got in contact with the guy that I would. She basically told the guy that I was her gay friend. I laughed,
That's fun.
man. Yeah, hilarious. I laughed, and did my thing one more time, and I just basically was like, "Yo, this is done. Like, don't call me." Oh, my younger days.
Yeah, Latino and Ponder, growing up in Michigan, obviously Dearborn, Michigan has the biggest Lebanese or Arabic community outside of the Middle East. And, very, very strong Muslim. And everything that they say, for the most part, is Alhamdulillah, which means God willing. So
Alhamdulillah.
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 Yeah. Yeah.
Hamzil. Hamzil.
Yalla, yalla,
Hamla
habibi,
Khale.
yalla.
Hamzil.
Yeah, there are some Christian Iraqis that are called Chaldean. And it starts with a Chaldean, and they're from Baghdad, heavily persecuted, but they all relocated to Michigan for the manufacturing and everything. But they're just straight up ballers. almost like those who are those people you're not supposed to mess with because they're very tough. Armenians, older like the Armenians, very successful, own all the big hotels. Um, yeah, they're
You know
very
what? All those people that you just mentioned, they're all family oriented.
yes.
You see, this is why, like, we may talk about the small hats or whatever, right? But the reason why the small hats are so successful is because their main focus, even though they, they have a career or they're doing whatever they're doing to make money, their main focus is after they have kids, it's their kids and the success of their kids. That they're no longer thinking what more can they do. I mean, they could add to their
Yes.
lives, of course, but now the goal is what am I going to do for these kids so they could be better or be established as I am, or greater. Literally, that video I showed that I texted the group chat, you saw. Fucking
Yeah.
man, hit it on the nail, dude.
Latino, that comment is extremely simple, but it's true. And earlier, and I hate to mention other people's podcasts, but let's say CT's show was about FBAs or why do
Mm-hmm.
Caribbean cultures are so
Mm-hmm.
successful. And I was going to call in and just break it down exactly what you said. Obligation to family and extended family, and that
Yep.
weight on their shoulder is why
Yep.
they got to put their ass through dental school, because
Mm-hmm.
these people are not coming from Jamaica or Botswana with 12 years at GE pension, or they're not. I mean, they might be coming here with some money, but it's they're relying, just like the Koreans and the Dominicans that put that little daughter through school, is the obligation to take care of the parents, maybe the in-laws, maybe send some money back home. And that pressure is why they can't just say, fuck you, I quit, it's not my job. It's because they're responsible for all these other people. And it's so they view the job and the career different and the school different. When my brother was in law school, he said it was strange to see these straight up Chinese people in law school with an American to Mandarin dictionary. So everything that the professor was saying, they had to pause. And this is maybe before they could bring their tablet or laptop. But back in the day, um, you had to show up with a physical book, like a translation dictionary and stuff like that. So, but anyways, yeah, like exactly what you're saying. The what can I do to better my family? That means can't be out 2 o'clock in the morning chasing women and drinking and getting put, all that stuff that's going to cause you and your family grief. And I really love what you said the other day, Latino, on your podcast. I live for my wife and kids, but the way you worded it was a little bit better than what I'm doing now, but that's exactly that, and that's very normal. Um, but there's a lot of people out there trying to get their tattoos and do that shot of testosterone, chasing women, posting shit on Instagram, and it's like, okay, that's where we are.
You there, Ponder?
I'm right here. I was looking through some of these comments. My neighbor has a couple of stories of being hired to work on a runner boat when he lived in PR. One was when he was 8, the other when he was in his 20s. Both wild stories. Out on a limb, dental hygienist takes 2 years to become, and most start 80 to 90K here. That's true. They make great money.
Yep.
They do.
Well, you see a lot of Hispanic and a lot of fucking African women doing that shit.
And on top of that, it's important because it deals directly with health. Like if you have healthy teeth, they say it's there's a correlation with heart disease. So it's a good. It's a very good thing.
You don't want to have a rotten tooth every time you speak.
Don't. And
every time you speak, it's not like ass.
Oh my gosh.
You don't want to be that.
For real. So that's a good thing. So we pay the hygienist. Yes, we do.
It's let's talk about 1212, bro.
Let's go ahead. Where's the link? Yeah, what's up?
No, I mean that's just like I just tell people that it makes it easier. I don't know.
Oh yeah, where's your podcast? Yeah, let me. I have it here. Give me a second.
Hey, Podger, he had me going to. I thought he was saying a statement when he was just mentioning his podcast. Oh, I fell for it too.
You
Wow, like, okay.
let's talk about.
I was like, yeah, let's talk. I've always wondered what does 12. What does the
1212 is what 1212 was what was available. But then I googled what
Oh
1212
shit.
1212 what 1212 would represent, and basically it says good things are coming. That's what apparently I got from Google. So I don't know if that's just a full
Actually,
of
I'm gonna
bullshit.
put that. I'm gonna put that in the chat. Good things are coming. Subscribe.
Hey, Ponder, did you see earlier in the podcast I typed in, or in the chat, I typed in the Korean, what it's really the Chinese, to be honest with you. The poor Chinese will do what's called the 666, 6 in the morning, 6 at night thing.
I saw it. That
The fuck is that? What you mean?
Trita, give me a second. I did see that.
So
I did
when
see that message. Yeah.
when Asians come here, we're talking about the poor Asians, just like the Mexicans and the Latinos. So same thing. The Asians call it the 666. 6 in the morning till 6 at night, 6 days a week, and you do it for 36 months straight without bitching and moaning and whining for a pay increase. That if you're a married couple, that money, that jack that you collect, you
Shit,
can go buy
no.
you can buy
We
2
have
Dunkin' Donuts.
man, we have a
I thought it was called 669. Like the or six. There's in China, like the young people. I can't. I swear to God. But anyway.
So
pull yourself up with 2 jobs for 2 years, man.
yes,
Trust me.
you're
Save all that
right.
money.
So, but essentially it's in the morning, late at night, and for 6 days a week. You know so one of the numbers stands for how many days a week.
In China, it's 996. That's what I saw. 996 working hour. 996.
Yeah, 9 hours, 6 days.
Yeah. So same concept, but done here. The people are doing it because you get to save that nut to like buy your freedom. I guess is probably the better way to say it. And the Patels do it. If you go to some janky ass little Citgo or BP gas station, and you just see these people from like Tajikistan
Bro,
or
they're
whatnot
there
opening and
all
closing,
day,
they're doing that. That's what they're doing. They're doing the
every
six.
day, dude.
Yeah, and yeah, and but
Bro,
if they
but
do.
hey, the Hindu dude over here in the gas station, man, I looked at this man's watch, bro. Guess what he's wearing?
A nice legit rolly.
Yep.
Yep.
Like nothing with his hairy ass arms. Just just serving the people, man. I'm like, this motherfucker. It's just like 10, 15 grand.
So the reverse of that as Americans, because I was born here, just well, I guess Latino was born in the PR, so that's a little questionable. I'm kidding, of course, Latino, that's American. But as Americans don't have to
Latinos, American.
yeah, as Americans don't have to do the 666. We deserve the luxury of being normal or lazy or not wanting to slave away to own 2 smoothie kings. You know
I don't agree.
What I'm trying to say is that it's a good life with. Okay, so the financial pressure that all of us are under, we're still living a good life, by the way, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
better than most in other places in the world. Yes, I
Yes.
could say yes, for sure. But what do you mean that we're living good? Because this is the thing. The way I see America is you a hamster, right? In a cage, right? And then you have that wheel. But the moment you get off that wheel, it's over. So you got to maintain yourself on that wheel, dude. For 10, 20, 30, 40.
Or
It's like
don't you dare get sick, or don't you
you
dare
feel
get a
me?
car
You know,
accident and break your leg, right?
but in DR, it's not like that. If I buy property, right? Let's say I don't have to keep paying taxes on it. Like once I buy it, I pay the tax on it the one time and that's it.
Hey, Latino and Ponder, do you remember on one of John's podcasts earlier in the week where he mentioned something that I forgot what it was? If it's a kid that gets hurt, well, the kid can go to the doctor and they'll heal. But if the adult gets hurt, they're going to sue you because now they're out of a job, they've lost the income. I forgot what it was, but it was a great analogy he used of why he doesn't mind kids doing this for free, but anyone over 18, he just won't do it. What was it? But nevertheless, it was a great analogy, and I never thought that. Yeah, if an adult gets hurt and can't work, they're going to come back and sue that person. Oh, no. I got it wrong. It was my wife. My wife said it. Okay, so my wife owns a gymnastics facility, and there was a trend of doing classes for adults that want to do gymnastics.
Mm.
And my wife says that that trend is stupid and silly, and you cannot get insured. And here's why. If a kid breaks their leg, the adult parents like, oh, well, that's the world of sports and gymnastics, and you'll heal. But if that dumbass adult falls off the beam and breaks their leg or fucks up their kneecap, they're out of a job and they're going to sue us. So I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
So that was the premise behind it, is that it's foolhardy and you can't get insured. But it made, right when my wife told me that, it made sense. It's like,
Oh, what is
That
he?
makes
Old
total
white
and
ladies?
complete sense. Oh, and by the way, Master Kim, I love adult gymnastics. I actually do. I love it. I do.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
kids
So,
want. My kid
You
want.
know, I do. It's like, oh, this is great. Adult gym. I just love it. But
He
what
does
you're
cheer,
saying
but he does cheer.
makes total and complete sense. That-
yeah, and I was actually impressed with my wife for having a witty.
yeah, for sure to even pick up on that. Yeah, that's why
Yeah,
it's really,
because
yeah. She's risk adverse. She's a good one. That's a business girl. She's like, that's risk management. Like, that's very.
so let's say if my wife would wear, like, let's say an Oxford shirt, like a button-up Oxford shirt, like the risky business Oxford shirt, whatever, right? And button it up.
I
I
love
want to
it.
go. I want to go up to my wife and grab her by her shirt, like a mobster. Grab her, not hurt her. Let's say it was like a big shirt, right? But grab that fucking shirt and say, "Where is the goddamn to-do list? The short-term to-do list and the long-term to-do list for this business." Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry. I tried to do the Scarface to my wife, who's from England, by the way, right? And she doesn't understand American kind of pop culture, like the whole Tony Montana. What'd you say? Or like that?
Yeah,
What's
you
that
told me that
black,
story.
like bitch? What you talking to me? You know? So British people now they do it's different, because the hood is everywhere now, right? But I think when this is a true story. Ponder, do you mind if I tell how I got arrested towards Christmas?
You got arrested towards Christmas?
Yeah,
Yeah,
this was
yeah.
15 years ago.
Oh, this is gonna be good. Oh, this
Okay,
is good.
so because Master Kim grew up poor with the single mom, I'm very resourceful. That's just the way I am. So every year, my wife goes and buys my kids gloves and hat, and mittens when we lived up in Michigan, and backpacks. And I'm thinking, well, shit, why can't they dig up the gloves from last year? That's just my poor mindset, right? And my wife we'd argue back and forth. And then I tried to do a jack move on my wife, like I'm not the one. Like Chub Rock used to say, I'm not the one or whatnot, right?
You try to chin checker.
Yes. So, and every house will have like the good Christmas tree that you have in the living room, right? And then you got the retard one that instead of throwing it away, you put it in the kids' room or you put it upstairs somewhere, right? So this was in my daughter's bed when we had a Christmas tree, and my wife and I were arguing, and I said, "What?" And instead of touching her, right, I looked at the Christmas tree and I body slammed the Christmas tree. And I may have said some hood shit, and British people don't understand hood talk, like the Scarface hood talk. Like, bitch, I'm gonna fuck you up right here, right now. Like that. I'm saying it, but it's just I'm posturing. It doesn't mean I'm actually gonna jump over this dresser and choke you. I'm posturing like, you dumb bitch, I'm gonna fuck you up right now, and I body slam the Christmas tree to scare my wife, right? It backfired against me. My wife calls the police. Now, mind you, I didn't lay a single finger on my wife, right? So the police show up, and this is the law. They changed the law that no matter who calls for domestic, someone's going to jail, right?
Or somebody got to
Yeah.
go somewhere else for 24 hours.
So the cops show up, and I'm kind of still in my pajamas or whatever, and I think I look so stupid because obviously someone is with rage and insane would body slam a Christmas tree, right? And I got arrested. My wife said that I claimed to throw her out the window and shit. I mean, I said some gangster shit, but that's like throw you out the, it'd be like, I'm going to take this knife and cut you. Who talks like that, right? My wife, she thought I was going to like go insane, throw out the window. When what I was doing was good old fashioned American gangster posturing. Like, what? Half stand, and it didn't work. It backfired. I was in jail, and my brother was my lawyer. And my brother basically had told the prosecutor, let me stay I was in jail for 2 weeks in Genesee County Jail, which is Flint Town. But yeah, and then when I got out, I learned my lesson. I had to go to anger management classes and all that crazy stuff. I was on probation. It was the weirdest stuff, and I deserved everything I got, right? Because I threatened my wife and I body slammed the Christmas tree, and boy, that whole, is this what you want? Like trying to growl at a woman, that shit don't work. I mean, obviously it didn't work for me. But yeah, so that's my Christmas story, being in jail. And I think I got out before Christmas too, by the way. Or something like that. Yeah, but I body slammed the retarded Christmas tree and went to jail for it.
Life lesson, Master Kim. Life lesson.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. And it hurt my feelings. I felt that my brother did a Godfather, like is it Vito? Who's the brother? The
You mean
coward brother?
Fredo? What he
Fredo. Yeah, I thought my
You
brother was like
betrayed me,
Fredo.
Fredo. You
Yeah,
betrayed me.
when they were in Cuba.
Insisted I
Either
say
you betrayed me, Fredo. And then he gave him one of these.
Me. Pops get me. Oh, I would so play that right now, but we would get a strike. Oh, that's a great scene.
I knew it was you all along, Fredo.
I don't ever want to see you. I don't want to hear you. I will let you in when our mother dies, but after she dies, I never want to talk to you again. You're nothing to me, Fredo.
Ponder, what how old are you, Ponder? Because you just know too much shit.
I know a lot. I think I have a really incredible memory. Plus, it came on cable all the time back in the day.
Dude, like they used to put that shit on repeat on A&E.
It was always it was always on cable, Master Kid. You don't remember that when they had like The Godfather, like that one Saturday?
The Godfather trilogy this weekend.
I watched it with my mom. Like they played all three. It was like
Saturday, 8 Eastern.
You remember that?
Eastern time on A&E.
Yes, and it was always playing on A&E. And then they would have like a special about Mario Puzo and like the story.
Yeah, all the mafia and stuff. That would be
all the mafia. I was
I remember, man.
Oh, and then my
mother,
the
good old days. Ugh.
And then my mother, she actually was a fan of that old movie Bugsy. So she like Warren Beatty. And
you know who used to scare the shit out of me?
That was Madonna in that one?
Yes, Madonna was in that movie. Yeah.
Yo, you know who used to scare? You know who used to scare the shit out of me at night when I used to watch them by myself? What was the name of the show? The old dude will pop up in like one of those like detective coats. This is a situation we are looking for. I'm what's the name of this show, bro? It's a creepy dude too, man. I think it's America's Most Wanted, maybe. Could it be?
Oh yes.
That sounds like America's Most Wanted.
With
before this guy took it, before the other guy took it. But oh man.
Yeah,
and then there was another show. I think that was America's Most Wanted.
And I'm just like, yo, this guy's creepy. Every time he came out of the shadows and it was like smoke, I'm like, this mother.
Oh, actually, that's not America's Most Wanted. No, not that one. There was another show. There
Yeah, it was
Mr.
somebody else before that
another
guy.
host who was just as creepy. Like it was so scary, and he did come out of
Yeah,
like
bro. Oh my
shadows.
God, hell no. I would take it off.
Was it the one called Unsolved Mysteries?
There we go.
That's
Thank
the
you.
one.
That's the
Yes.
That's the
one.
one.
There we
And
go.
Unsolved
the guy
Mystery.
would,
There
and the
you
tone
go.
of and the tone of the guy's voice
Yeah, yeah,
was
yeah.
really
It's a
good, and
night
just and
show. It's a night, cold night.
and you know any of those
Due
shows
to
back
God
then, if you watch them today, they're
walking
still
by
on
herself.
Jam.
It's like, God damn, dude.
They're so scary. I never got through this. Never.
Yeah, I'm not watching that.
I'm not. No. It like the
Oh,
opening. The
You guys
opening
creep.
scene was too frightening. Heck no. I would be so scared of this show. Like this was no. What was his name
You
again?
watch Tales from the Creep too.
Yeah, that was scary. Okay, there was so there was the HBO one, and then like on like I don't know Disney or ABC,
Oh
whatever.
no, it was on Nickelodeon afterwards, I think.
Was that nuclear? Oh gosh, they
Yeah,
had
yeah,
like
yeah.
the cartoon version. That was a little bit better. But Tales from the Crypt, like that original HBO, it was kind of funny but creepy. Like
Yeah.
I still
I
remember.
actually liked it.
Do you remember that one where the girl
Liked it. I mean,
she was a jerk, and at the end of the show, she like turned the guy into soap, and then she like used the soap. Like I don't know if you remember that. There were so many.
yeah. There was so many. There
Oh,
were so many. Which I'm trying to remember. Do you guys remember? Do you remember Pete and Pete?
on Nickelodeon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Pete and Pete. Yeah.
And what was it? Alexander or something like that. That
Yeah,
chick
Alex. Yeah, with
turned into water or whatever the hell it was.
what was her name again? Alex. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I forgot her name. The
Yeah,
blonde.
she was
Yeah,
in that
she was
one of my
too.
favorite movies that I like, actually. One of these boy girl movies with Heath Ledger.
10 Things I Hate About You? No.
Yes. Great
Oh,
movie.
Great
movie.
seriously?
hey,
No
hey,
way,
Latino.
you like that? Okay, I'm gonna rewatch it now.
Great movie.
I'm gonna rewatch it now. And we're talking about 10 things that I'm gonna rewatch that now before he became the Joker. Yeah. Before he became the Joker. Let's see here. What scary movie? Beyond Belief. Okay, that was good. I remember that. Factor Fiction, Yeti. I so remember that show. Hey, Aaron C. Oh, we're just going through nostalgia, Aaron C. Yeah, I definitely remember Twilight Zone. I have so many memories
Yeah,
of that.
it's Twilight. Oh,
Definitely remember the Twilight Zone. Definitely. Unsolved Mysteries was frightening as all hell. I even just think, God, even the theme song was scary. The host, the way they would tell the stories was scary. That weird blue light.
Hey,
Scary.
hey, Ponder. What about? And this is more on the modern time. You know, how about Monsters Inside Me on TLC that used to be about 10 years ago, where they'd show about parasites and all these.
Oh no, I couldn't.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
No, yeah, I couldn't do it.
That was creepy.
No,
Oh.
Master Kid, why break? I was so young back then. That was scary.
That was scary.
Back then, TLC back then used to show open surgeries. I don't know if you remember that. They don't do
Yeah,
that anymore.
they did. Yeah, that was TLC. Used to be quite
I'm trying to tell you, bro. Don't tell my age out
You
loud,
were
man. I'm
Chris,
so old.
you are the craziest. I don't know if you all remember this show, Yeti, Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction. I definitely remember this because a lot of these used to come on cable reruns. I so remember this. And I remember my dad watching this like on a Sunday. This was so trippy because the host of the show, he eventually married Barbara Streisand. Like this was a really trippy show. Like this was the craziest show. Like I don't even remember. There was one where apparently a woman like gave birth to like a spider, and you had to guess if it was like fact or fiction. It was so trippy. It was so trippy. Hey Aaron C. Hey Aaron C. Tales from the Crypt was a trip. Where to begin? Oh, and I just wanted to remind everyone of Stephen King. He had a show. He had what the hell? Oh my God. Stephen King had Like he had a show. I don't know how to describe it to you, but it was a movie called The Mist. Do you remember how Stephen King always had like Falls for 1000, Alex? The Extreme, the original, that was kind of funny. Do you remember Stephen King? Like he was always putting out like made for TV movies. And there was one movie called The Mist. It was so trippy.
I just seen one of his the cornfield one. That one was pretty trippy.
Oh, you mean Children of the Corn? Yeah, that was. Oh, yeah.
What was that?
I don't know. The cornfield. That was Children of the Corn.
Nah. Is it Children of the Corn? Because like it disappeared. Like this, like teleports. Like you can't even get out the maze. It's like a maze in the cornfield, and you can't even get out. And like like every time, whatever, like it shows you your future and your past or whatever. Like it was a weird ass. It was like it's like it has maybe 3 years old, maybe.
There's so there's something called Night Shift. There's Night Shift in the past 3 years. This stuff is so frightening. I can't believe I'm doing this to myself. I don't know how I was always so scared. They got this little girl going crazy. Oh my God. Oh yeah, we had oh yeah, SB definitely remember. Are You Afraid of the Dark? Definitely remember. And of course I remember Goosebumps. Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Real millennials know about time. Gotta be different. Gotta be different. Oh yeah, the Learning Channel used to actually have like educational programming. Like they did, and then I don't know what happened. Oh goodness. Okay, I'll go ahead and wrap up. Everybody has to get to work and to bed. It's 11. Oh my God, no, it's midnight. What am I talking about? It's midnight. Let me get out of here. Okay, everybody. I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great night. Bye, everyone. Yeah, those were the days. We had television. Oh, Joel, we had a good. Cable was great. The internet is awesome, but cable was great. There's so much nostalgia with cable. It's unbelievable. It really is. And now they're trying to turn YouTube to be like cable, but it doesn't have that production quality. It just doesn't. Sweet dreams. Thank you, Jewel. Bye. Thank you, Jewel. Bye, SB. Thank you. No, thank you, SB, for coming. Thank you. Thank you to the both of you especially. See you tomorrow. Bye, Jewel. Bye, SB. Bye, Yeti. Good night. Good night.
This nigga has the motherfucker, by the way. Let me go fast. I am the nigga, Young Galt. This high ass nigga.
They don't dance no more. It's all about the lean. Back in the day, crack was jumping on the scene. Now they slumped on the sidewalk. Can't talk. Golden era faded, but we still feel the rock. They used to be kings, now they lost in the scheme. Popping them bottles, throwing money, living dreams. Now they zoned out and mumbling, fumbling. No rhythm in the city, the whole shit crumbling. They used to rock the house, they was riding through the streets. Remember there was dancing, sliding to the beat. Now it's poison in their veins, ain't no pulse on the street. Guess it's over now, they accepted the back in the day. The rock had them wild and free. Different story now, they got no energy. The new Drugs got M slow with the head unknown. Half closed and they don't dance no more. Block used to be jumping, type shit they was on. Now it's lights out, guess the thrill is gone.
I am the nigga. I bring it to your rough, rugged, and raw, nigga.
They don't dance no more. It's all about the codeine. Back in the day, they was rocking on the scene. Even dancing in the rain. Now they nodding off. Shit just don't hit the same.
I am that nigga.